As ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another social sports pad podcast.
Let's go!
That is right. I am, of course, Cobra. With me is Ricky. And
we kind of did a swap game.
Gotta
keep you on your toes.
We
are the hosts of the Social Sports Pad podcast. Hopefully Ben and Tyler will be here at some point tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be a fun, interesting night regardless.
Facts.
But yes, we are going to first talk about our Week 17 reactions, kind of what we saw in the span of the NFL that week. And then we are going to discuss the playoffs. We're going to talk about playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yes, we're going to talk about playoffs. Yeah,
you kidding me?
Yeah, playoffs, man. All right. So, Week 17 takeaways. Basically, was there any matchup that really stood out for you that was, really marquee?
Marquee, not really, but as far as really worrisome, I have to go with the Bills and Patriots. Josh Allen could not get going. That was the biggest takeaway of that game. Josh Allen was unable to get any traction, get the wheels going, per se, and he looked off.
It's the Patriots.
But you have 3 fucking turnovers, and you can't... No, you had 5 turnovers. You can't fucking capitalize and put the dagger in the throat of Bill Belichick? Get the fuck out of here, Ricky.
Watch your fucking mouth, alright? But no, so, basically, you have the New England Patriots, who have beaten the Buffalo Bills more times than any other opponent in the NFL history. In the history of the NFL, the New England Patriots have more wins against the Buffalo Bills than any other team. And that's pretty much just spanning because of the Brady years.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because he needed another reason to pat his stat.
Hey, but still, Belichick is still a good coach. Alright?
I'm not taking that away, even though he...
Alright, so what does Bill Belichick do? He takes away your best player on the team. And who is the best player on the Buffalo Bills?
Josh Allen.
Alright. So,
even though it was a Rasul Douglas day that game.
Seriously, Rasul Douglas definitely is, in my opinion, the best trade that any team made in the trade deadline this year. Alright? Bar none.
Alright. What about you?
So for me, I like the 2 matchups that everybody was talking about. One, everybody was talking about the Lions and the Cowboys, especially how it ended. Was another game decided by referees.
Yep. And I mean, it's a problem.
I mean, a lot of people are like, yeah, it's a problem. No. You make it so that you don't have the referees decide your game for you. You play the game to win, regardless of the guys in the black and the white. Alright? That's pretty much it. The Lions weren't able to get that done. I mean, honestly, with those penalties, that third time, I'd have just kicked the fucking extra point, and that would have been it. But then also, I want to, talk with about the Baltimore Ravens absolutely giving the Miami Dolphins their lunch and dinner with the way they played. Alright? Because, the Dolphins, I don't know what happened. Maybe the injuries to Mostert and Waddle were just that disparaging. Maybe the Ravens aren't that good. But all in the same, it just makes for a very interesting matchup in Miami as the Buffalo Bills go into Miami Dolphins, Miami
Hard Rock,
to play for the AFC East Championship.
All right.
All right. So, basically, no hype, no pump the brakes this week.
Because we have some clinchers. We have the LA Rams, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Cleveland Browns. Which, fun fact, in case you didn't know, the Cleveland Browns and Detroit Lions, this is their first time they have made the playoffs together since.
Yep, I mean, everybody wants to down the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. I mean, famously, the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. Actually, did the Cleveland Browns go? Oh.
Yes, the Cleveland Browns have gone 0-16.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
both the Lions and the Browns are 0-16.
So they're definitely the laughing stocks in the NFL.
And in all open honesty, the only two teams to go 0-16.
Yep, only two.
Yep, because now with a 17-week schedule, I doubt there will be a true defeated team.
Yep.
Although the Panthers gave us a run.
I mean, the way the Panthers are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they get moved to the United Football League, or they get moved to San Antonio, or even Portland.
The Panthers are so bad, they're going to be asking for new ownership. They're going to wish they had Dan Snyder.
I mean, seriously, the way the Carolina Panthers are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if the Wolverines of Michigan, or basically whoever wins the college football championship, if they don't just get replaced with the Carolina Panthers. Anyway, but yeah, the Los Angeles Rams, they clinched a wild card spot. The Kansas City Chiefs
clinched their division,
clinched the AFC West, and the Cleveland Browns clinched their wild card spot with a win over the New York Jets. All right. So, on that note, basically, since we had some teams clinch, we had some teams get mathematically eliminated.
It is now time to go into Cobra's Rehabilitation Center for angry fans and postseason rejects. Are you suffering from tough loss syndrome? Did you overdose on hope at all? Are you showing signs of always next-yearitis?
We the boys!
Who will Dr. Cobra, Dr. Styles save the day? Grab your golf clubs. It's time to check in on our patients today.
All right, who are our patients today? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Chicago Bears, the New York Giants, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Denver Broncos, and the Las Vegas Raiders. And as Cobra goes into MASH, basically, this is what the last couple of weeks are in the NFL, as basically run down the final bit of the 18 teams that are basically just going to sit at home and watch while the remaining 14 vie for the coveted Lombardi Trophy.
All right, so let's start from the bottom and work our way up. The Bears, what did they do right? They traded for DJ Moore.
They absolutely fleeced the Carolina Panthers. They got a wonderful number one receiver in DJ Moore. They have an all right receiver already in Darnell Mooney. What
went wrong?
What went wrong?
Lack of protection of the quarterback. Offensive line.
Not just that, the protection of the ball. All right, and the fact they couldn't hold the fucking lead.
Well, they also had issues with other types of security as well. So we won't get into that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no, they did. Actually, they did.
Yes, they did.
They got broken. Their team facilities got broken.
I'm worried about Chicago. I mean, right now I think Chicago has like 2 picks in like the top 6.
Yeah, in the top 10. In the top 10, we'll say.
Well, yeah. So anyway,
and now exiting Chicago.
Well, bro, you cut me off, sir.
Chicago gets us moving.
No, man, it's just us two tonight. We can take our time and relax and go in depth, go deep into these teams.
Are you talking balls deep?
I'm talking elbows deep. We're putting these teams in surgery. All right,
surgery. I mean, I think this ain't surgery that they're gonna need.
I mean, these teams right now, there's a lot that
A couple of them need
you know,
amputation.
well, I mean, to be fair, the
And in
Chicago
fact-
Bears did extend Eberflus,
Yep.
which I'm just like, okay, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
That's what went wrong. You know, basically, their coaching. All right, the Bears just could not hold on to a lead. You know, they had a 20-point lead in Denver. They had a lead against. They had a 10-point lead against the Lions. You know, there was just like they could not do things to win. They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And if they did not, we'd be talking about the Bears in the playoffs. So basically, what do they need to do this offseason?
Draft well. Draft well.
They do. They have the power right now.
They can either draft well, or they could use one of those picks, trade it away, get some assets.
I mean, honestly, I would trade both away. That is probably Tyler getting in there. Yep, that is definitely Tyler. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and push Tyler in. Basically,
Tyler,
what is
welcome.
going on? Oh, okay. You know, Tyler, get your mic check. Get everything right. So basically, right now we're on with the Bears.
Why does his balance always look off?
Hey, it's because he's using the phone. But either way, with the Bears, I would trade away at least one of those picks. Trade back. Get something that they can use to build around the future. A lot of people are saying that they need to get rid of Justin Fields. That might be a case. You might also
I
need
agree,
to
100%.
You might also need to build around it.
Yep.
You know, that's something that you know they went ahead and tried to do with DJ Moore. All right, they have a good piece in Cole Kmet. All right, they have a nice young running back core. So basically, utilize that, build on that, do some little work on your defense. All right, I would draft a defensive lineman with the second of those first round draft picks. Trade yourself out of that number one pick. I mean, especially because a lot of people are on Caleb Williams' junk. So, profit.
Yep.
Now we'll go to the New York. Well, actually, we won't go to the New York Giants until Tyler gets back in.
And it looks like he needs to be
disconnected. I'm gonna re-invite him. But
and
so
in all open honesty, let a Giants fan dissect this one.
Oh, absolutely. All right, yep, he's definitely having issues.
And there's Aiden.
Welcome in, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, we'll hold off and wait until Tyler gets everything situated before we just go ahead and sink our elbows into the Giants.
Because in all open honesty, this requires a delicate, especially from a Giants fan.
Delicate? From a guy who's normally on the drug test? Honestly, no. Like, seriously, we need some drug-induced stuff.
Look, when a man can potentially be on drugs, he can turn a reciprocating saw into a fucking scalpel.
I mean, he can do a lot of things. I mean, definitely.
And Tyler probably heard that and was probably like, but turn a reciprocator saw into a scalpel.
I mean, hey, whatever works, man. But so we'll wait till Tyler gets all the issues taken care of. So to talk about the Giants.
Because
we'll go ahead and talk about Cincinnati.
Yo.
What's going on?
Are you ready to discuss the Giants?
Nope. Let's do the Bengals first. I hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
I was about to say.
I want to discuss the Giants.
Well, let's do the Bengals first, because like I said, I was waiting for you to get your own issues. Yep. So nothing from Ben yet.
Yep. So it's just.
Yep. So basically, while he's getting everything, because trust me, I want that good stuff. I want that cut, that prime cut from the New York Giants. So I'm getting the Giants fan to really give me that oomph with the Giants. So for now, we'll talk about Cincinnati.
Yep.
Because, fuck it. Yeah, so,
Cincinnati, what did they do right? Pretty,
not gonna lie, they
didn't.
their defense was solid.
They got rid of Eli Apple. What went wrong?
Cheers!
Yep.
Cheers!
But to me,
Eli Apple, fuck you.
yeah, fuck you and fuck your mama.
Whoa! Save that shit. Save the drama for the mama. No mama.
But what went
We're
wrong?
not Zach Wilson. Yep. We don't fuck mamas here.
Yep. But what went wrong? Joe Burrow's injury.
Pretty much. Yeah, Joe Burrow's health. That definitely limited the Cincinnati playoff hopes.
Yep.
Otherwise they probably would be in contention right now. They probably have a locked up wild card spot.
Yeah.
So,
now we go to the Broncos.
So what did the Broncos do right? Sean Payton. That's it.
What went wrong? Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and not gonna lie,
Second verse, same as the first.
The way they are handling this Russell Wilson situation, it's gonna blow up in their face.
In both ways. It's gonna blow up in Russell Wilson's face. It's gonna blow up in Denver's face.
I mean,
both of them look like they have egg on their face right now, Ricky.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
But
then again, also, if you really look at it,
yep.
If you really look at the trade, was there really anything that Seattle gained from losing Russell Wilson?
Yes.
Other than Geno Smith.
Yes.
Who did they get?
They got a high draft pick.
Okay. Who did they make it? I forget who they made it.
I think it was offensive line.
All right, thank you for the alert, Aiden.
But what did they need to do for next season? Embrace the rebuild.
Pretty much.
And
I think that's what they started to do.
Yeah.
When they got rid of Chubb, I think it was last year when they got rid of Chubb.
Yep.
To the Dolphins. I would try and get something from Cortland Sutton. Get rid of Jerry Judy. Basically, you're in a 2-year build, 2 to 3 year turnaround.
Yep.
All right.
Back to rebuild. Back to rebuild mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. About to say, finally, to end it, and talk about another easy one. The Raiders.
Oh, no. Tyler, are you ready to talk about the Broncos?
Or the Giants?
Oh, yeah. Where do I begin?
Oh, see, you run and
What
jump to the
Good or bad?
Giants. Fine, all right. Fine, we'll talk about the Giants.
Because he needs to.
We do it good or bad first?
Start good, then end
What
bad.
did they do right?
Put my emotions together.
What was that?
I was gonna say.
What they did right was having Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor. As much as I like Tommy DeVito, what they did right was putting Tyrod Taylor in at the end of the Eagles game. With one, that sparked the offense. Two, we actually had a really good second half. And the Rams, and what we did wrong was we can't play all 4 quarters.
Sounds about right. Especially when you're dealing with Daniel
We need to play all 4 quarters. We also need to get rid of Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones is not an option anymore. We have our 2 quarterbacks. Keep Tyrod and Tommy. We have Tyrod as the starter and Tommy as the backup next year.
I don't think has that long.
I mean, he's gonna go to another team that's gonna pick up a rookie quarterback, and he'll get hurt for them.
Hot take: he goes back to Buffalo for a 1-year contract.
Doubt it. So
what we really need is Well, we need a quarterback. We need a quarterback regardless. We need to draft a quarterback. I'm sorry. I love Tommy DeVito, but I don't think he's going to be the solution quite yet. I would say give him like 1 or 2 more years.
He's this year's Duck Hodges.
But draft a quarterback that we can like. Mm-hmm.
Tyler, he's this
I think also
Duck
draft
Hodges.
linemen. You need line.
He's your full Kira quarterback. That's what Tommy DeVito is.
He is Taylor Heineke. That's who Tommy DeVito is.
Again,
he's your Taylor Heineke.
Your Taylor Heineke.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. Duck Hodges. Josh Dobbs.
He is going to suck dick. All the dick. In the Giants next year if you give him the reins. Right? What did the Giants do right this year? Their defense was good. Their defense kept them in games. All right? What did they do wrong? The same thing that the Giants do wrong every fucking year. All right? The Giants do not have anybody to throw to. Their wide receivers are trash.
Yeah, we do. We have.
All right, Isaiah
actually
Hodgins
top
is
15 wide receivers, Jalen Hyatt and.
Yeah, so Isaiah Hodgins is literally a third.
Jalen Hyatt.
A wide receiver 3 everywhere else. He is wide receiver 2 in the Giants.
You realize how good Jalen Hyatt is?
Irrelevant.
Wendell Robinson and Jalen Hyatt receivers right now.
Irrelevant.
And how are they winning? There's no firepower to that offense.
It's defensive luck. Defense and dumb luck.
We have a run offense. Our offense is
what we should do. The entire offense is Saquon Barkley right now. Yep. The entire offense. Saquon Barkley got hurt, and nothing really.
But actually, I have an idea. Build it around Saquon and do a smash mouth West Coast style offense.
Doesn't work in the modern NFL.
Nope. Wildcat's good. Really? Smash Mouth doesn't work now?
No.
I mean, now, hold on. Now, I'm gonna say, there are some times when Smash Mouth does work.
Hey, now you're an all-star, get the game on, I want to smash your mouth.
And then the morning comes. Alright? Basically, Smash Mouth has its time and place.
Hey, now you're an all-star, get your game on, I want to smash your mouth.
So, basically...
Holy shit, that pickup line almost worked.
So, Darren Waller, has not been
good. Shut up?
Darren Waller's not been good for 4 years. For 4 years.
No.
Alright? Daniel Jones...
Derps.
Okay.
There's a reason why they call him Danny Diapers.
The Packers tried Smash Mouth, but they abandoned it in week kind of thing. Now, this is, now, running the ball down somebody's throat can work. If you can turn on the gas and throw the ball downfield if you need to. It's a great put in your back pocket option. Alright, if you can lead with it.
West Coast, that's why I suggested West Coast.
But no, I was just saying, Smash Mouth, for All-Star, you have I'm a Believer. Just say it. But no.
The Giants are a solid team, and we're a solid team that needs a lot of improvement.
I mean, the Giants would have probably won the NFC South.
The Giants would have won the NFC South.
The Giants would have probably won the NFC South. What went wrong? They're in the NFC East.
Or the NFC.
All right, they're the third best team in a great division.
The only reason why
reason why they're not the fourth place team is because Washington exists.
Yep, the commies defensive of Snyder grad collapse.
All right, and then finally, the easiest, hardest option of all, sad to see them happen. The Las Vegas Raiders.
What did they do right? Fired Josh McDaniels.
They got rid of Josh McDaniels.
And
like, that son
yep.
of a bitch. Like, seriously, he is absolutely the worst head coach in a lot of...
Yeah.
Like, he needs to go to college. That'll probably be where Josh McDaniels will actually get himself to be a good, successful coach. In the college game. He is a coordinator, and that's it. Nick Saban.
Josh McDaniels is best as head coach of Bishop Sycamore High School. That's it.
Damn.
What went wrong? Emulating the New England Patriots and hiring Josh McDaniels.
No, what went wrong with... they didn't fire him soon enough. Antonio Pierce, like, he needs to be the head coach of the Raiders.
Yeah, and that's
they need to give him
the job.
Just give him the job. You know, Antonio Pierce, if you don't get the job, sir, you just need to go anywhere and everywhere. Yep. You hold the players accountable. They play for you. Yep. Like, they are absolute heart. I am absolutely loving where the Raiders is going to go with Antonio Pierce.
That is if Mark Davis doesn't do the same thing he did to Rich Bisson.
It just happened. I'm just going to send Tyler another invite because, he just, he ends up dropping out.
Is that Ohio internet?
Yeah, but I'm just saying. All right. So, with that, we leave the morgue.
I was about to say, with what Tanner was saying, Antonio Pierce is a Dan Campbell type.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I see playoffs in their future. But yes, take
quick time out.
Taking a nice 30-second timeout as we basically just go ahead and get off. Leave the ward as we go ahead and talk about playoffs. All right, so basically, as the playoff picture looks right now, there are 4 teams that are basically playing for the Lombardi Trophy to try and get to Vegas to play for the Super Bowl, for that Lombardi Trophy, the World Championship. And those teams right now that are all locked in, the Baltimore Ravens, who cinched and clinched the #1 seed with their victory over the Miami Dolphins. And the Miami Dolphins currently sit at number 2, being the AFC East division leader. The Kansas City Chiefs right now is sitting at the 10-6.
Voted most likely to be the first division eliminated.
Pretty much. Otherwise, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who basically, their superlative is basically, hey, they might be the team that's getting bumped out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep, does Baltimore sit or play their starters? That we will definitely get into that possibly in our prediction round.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have Cleveland right now sitting at 11-5. The only reason why they're not a division winner right now is because Baltimore is their division.
Yep.
Then we have the Buffalo Bills, who are 1 game behind the Miami Dolphins for the AFC East championship picture, and they play each other this week. The Indianapolis Colts are nipping at the heels of the Jacksonville Jaguars with the same record. Them and the Houston Texans for that AFC South division crown. And then, finally, those Yinzers are happy to know that the Steelers are basically still in the thick of it.
The bullshit is real! Steeler football's on the way!
Yep, absolutely. So, basically, we're going to do things a little bit differently this time before we go to the AFC. Basically, this is our journey to the postseason. 1 week remaining in the regular season, and this is some scenarios of how these teams can make the playoffs. Alright, so the Jacksonville Jaguars, if they win against the Tennessee Titans, they will clinch the AFC South Division title. Or, if they tie and the Colts and Texans tie, which is probably not going to happen, so, but math.
Yep, math.
Who would know?
Yep. Now the Bills.
Now we talk about the Buffalo Bills, how they can make the playoffs. If they win against the Miami Dolphins, they will have the same record as Miami. But they have beaten Miami twice. So the Buffalo Bills will then be the AFC East champions. Now,
if
they also get in there by tying Miami.
Yep.
Highly unlikely, but hey. Or
Pittsburgh loses to Baltimore.
or
Jacksonville loses to Tennessee.
or
The Texans and Colts game ends in a tie.
so basically all sorts of little scenarios going on. Basically Buffalo will find out what they're playing for before everybody, basically before they even get to play, because they are the last game of the week.
Yep,
they are. All the games in Week 18 were, their schedule was decided after the Week 17 games, which made, not gonna lie, this deck very difficult.
Yep.
I had to do everything on Monday, and just like, oh my goodness.
Breaking, David Tepper, owner of the Carolina Panthers, has been fined $300,000 for throwing a drink at a fan in Jacksonville.
Seriously, he also needs to give them season tickets to the Carolina Panthers home games whenever they play against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He'd be out like $50.
Yep. All right. And now the Colts. They can make the playoffs with a win against Houston, or they tie them and Jacksonville loses.
So, and also as a caveat, that's for just making a berth. For getting a wild card spot. What happens if they win and Jacksonville loses? Then the Indianapolis Colts are the AFC South champions, and they get to play in Indy, next week instead of traveling to somewhere else. Which more than likely they would travel to Buffalo if Buffalo beats Miami.
All right, and now the Texans.
Now the Texans, who the Indianapolis Colts play against, if they win, they're in, and they get the 7th wildcard spot.
Or if they tie. Or if they tied and Jacksonville loses and Pittsburgh loses or ties.
Well, actually, not or Pittsburgh. Now, if they tie, Jacksonville and Pittsburgh has to lose.
Yes.
All right.
And the Steelers.
Now the Steelers, this is where it gets messy.
Yeah, so let's just keep it to these bullet points because...
Oh, no, I'm going to hit them all.
You're going to hit them all, but I will just summarize it with this. How did it didn't make the playoffs? If the Steeler bullshit is real.
So, basically, right now, if the Steelers win their game, they need Buffalo to win, or Buffalo to lose, or Jacksonville to lose. Or Jacksonville ties, which ain't gonna happen. Or, like, seriously, it was like, win, or, so many ors with this. So, I'm just bringing up the phone because it's just like, alright, it's kind of nonsense. So, Pittsburgh wins and Buffalo loses. Buffalo's out of the playoffs. And Pittsburgh gets the 6th seed. Sorry about that. 6th seed, 7th seed.
Sorry about that, Ricky. I had to step out for a minute.
No problem.
I had to get a unfortunate cushion for this chair. Dealing with a bit of a quad strain.
Okay, I mean, like, seriously,
you
you play the game to win, you suck it up, and you continue going. That's how the podcast rolls, sir.
That's what I'm fucking doing here, man. Shit.
All right, but anyway, so if Pittsburgh wins, Buffalo wins, Pittsburgh gets in by Jacksonville either losing or tying to the Titans. Or if the Houston Colts game, if that ends in a tie, then if they tie, it gets even weirder because it's like if they tie, Jacksonville has to lose.
That's why I summarized it as...
And then it's like and Colts and Texans. Dude, the last game and last week in the NFL is just very weird. In terms of like,
this is why I said, I summarized it with Steeler bullshit real.
I mean, and finally, the last one is like, if the Jags lose and Denver wins, who does Denver play? I don't even know who Denver plays this week. Because I mean, who cares about Denver?
Only one person does. That would be
because I'm just bringing it up because that is the funniest part of this whole situation is like the last two scenarios are for the Steelers. And if the Colts and Texans don't tie, no matter what the result is, don't tie, we're good. Alright, so as the NFC picture fans out right now, the San Francisco 49ers locked up the number 1 seed last week with their win. Yep, the Dallas Cowboys currently sit as the number 2. The Lions sit currently as number 3. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now are the NFC South Division leaders.
But they can lose that spot.
They can lose the spot.
Yep.
Which we'll talk about in just a little bit. Yep. The Eagles are already locked in. The Los Angeles Rams are already locked in. The Green Bay Packers right now hold the 7th seed. And right now, the rest. They're just on the outside looking in. There's even a chance for a team to be 8-9 and make the playoffs this year.
Yep. Looking at you, Falcons.
So,
and Packers and Seahawks.
Yep. So, basically the Buccaneers right now have the easiest journey to the postseason.
They just have to beat the Panthers.
So if they win against the Panthers or tie, yep, so you're saying there's a chance. Like, not gonna lie, the messiest team right now in terms of getting into the playoffs are the Packers.
Yep.
But we'll get to it. All right. So basically, if the Buccaneers do not lose to the Panthers, there is a way they make the playoffs. But if they lose to the Panthers, they're out.
When do I order the tuxes?
What?
When do I order those tuxes? Before or after Super?
What tuxes?
You know exactly what tuxes.
What tuxes?
Dumb and Dumber tuxes.
Oh, yeah, we definitely need to order those. But anyway, so basically, if they tie, the Saints need to lose.
Yep.
So basically, they need Atlanta to win.
That was a little bit of a spoiler. Sorry about that.
Next. All right, next is Green Bay.
Packer bullshit is real.
The simplest thing to do is beat the fucking Bears. All I gotta do, beat the guys you hate the most, and you're in the playoffs.
Beat the team that Aaron Rodgers owns.
Yes, basically, be the Bears' daddy.
Channel your inner future. Channel your inner future Vikings quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
So, here are hold on, don't let him go, because we cover all of it. All right, basically, almost like I don't think Tyler is coming back.
Nope, I don't think so.
Probably not. I think his connection is just too down.
Nope.
All right, so if the Packers. If the Packers tie to the Bears, if the Bears actually do the unthinkable and not win but not lose, Green Bay will need either. So here are some eithers. All right. If they tie, Seattle needs to either lose or tie. And then the Saints have to lose or tie. That's one way to get it. Another way, Seattle and Tampa Bay both have to lose. Another way is Seattle will tie or Tampa Bay loses or ties. And then, regardless of the outcome, if Minnesota loses or ties and Seattle loses, and Tampa Bay loses. That's one scenario. This gets stupid. Not gonna lie. Playoff math is just fucked, man. It's like cider math, man. So you have a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak. So that you definitely know Kurt Angle's not playing. He ain't playing. So Samoa Joe, you got yourself an 8 and a third chance of winning. Alright, sorry.
And the only reason why he ain't, because he's fat! The fat son of a bitch!
That was actually a pretty pretty decent Scott Snyder
He's
impression.
fat!
Alright, but no. And then finally, if Minnesota loses or ties, and Seattle loses, and New Orleans would have to lose, regardless of Tampa Bay's finish. And then finally, we go to the Seahawks. Alright, how the Seattle Seahawks can make the playoffs? They need to win, and the Packers need to lose to the Bears.
Or
they need a tie, and one of these two scenarios have to happen. The Packers and the Bucks lose, or the Packers and the Saints lose. That's it for the Seahawks. Then we have the Saints. Basically, all that they need to do are win against the Falcons, and Tampa Bay loses or ties to the Panthers, or they tie and Tampa Bay loses. And then the Vikings, which just seems very messy. But first they need to win. Alright? And then they need the Packers to lose to the Bears. And the Saints to lose to the Bears.
Falcons. And the Seahawks lose to the Cardinals. Or win and losses by Packers, Seahawks, and the Saints.
So, yeah, pretty much that's it.
If the Shield, there's going to be at least one tie for the Maze. And the Falcons, they just need to to remember that every game is not 28-3, and they need to beat. They need to beat the Saints and hope Tampa Bay loses.
28-3.
A reminder that not every player against your defense is Julian Edelman.
Oh my God!
And
actually, fuck you. That was not Julian Edelman that won that game. The man that should have been the MVP of that Super Bowl was James White. But no, they gave it to Brady.
Because
James White, who scored the game-winning touchdown, who scored 2 touchdowns in regulation to bring them back, James White should have been the fucking MVP. But no, he's not a quarterback.
Because Roger Goodell's fuck buddy's got to beat Joe Montana.
Dude!
Timeout.
Fuck you! Timeout!
Fuck you!
Fuck you! Alright.
So
yeah, Dave, nice quick 30-second timeout. Get up and stretch, grab a drink, get some snacks, or use the bathroom. Absolutely. Get yourself some fun going on.
My God, we have too much fucking fun on this podcast.
Dude, it's great. Like, I love it.
You're
man.
welcome, by the way.
I mean,
if I didn't jump into podcast last year, who knows where we'd be.
I mean, I'd probably still be doing it.
I
might be. I'd probably be talking to myself for a little bit. Hey, this
Brock Bowers in Georgia has declared for the NFL draft.
All right, cool. Nice. It's basically me. Wait, what? Who's Brock Bowers?
I think he's quarterback.
Is he a quarterback?
Is he a quarterback, Tanner?
I mean, is he a quarterback or is he going to be drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles?
That is a good. He's a tight end. He's going to the Eagles.
Alright, so basically, time to relevant!
We have to.
Yes, it is.
The final tankman.
The final tankman. Alright, salute to your tankman. Alright, Cobra, I'm gonna go ahead and count you down. Number 5, who you got? Who is your tanky boy?
Number 5. Fuck, I can't go to refs. I can't say the referees.
You cannot say the refs!
God damn it! But number 5, number 5's Tennessee Titans.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4, Carolina Panthers.
Number 3,
New York Jets.
Number 2,
Washington Commies.
Number 1,
New England Patriots.
All right. That's kind of lame, but yeah.
What, the Patriots being number 1?
Pretty much.
No, because, 3.
Ready?
All right, anywho, number 5.
Number 5 is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Symbol of excellence.
Number 4, the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego.
3.
Number 3 is the Chicago Bears.
2.
The Denver Broncos.
1.
Easy. Carolina Panthers. Why? because you suck hard and you can't even benefit with a first-round pick.
Honorable mention. Give us an honorable mention. Are you gonna say what? Yeah. I would say the Washington Commies.
Nope. Honorable mention: the Philadelphia Eagles.
Die, Eagles, die on the road to agony. Watch 'em groan, watch 'em rise, and then kill off Big Dick Nick.
Whoa! Hands off, Big Dick Nick. All right.
They wish they had him
man.
right now.
Honestly, yeah, like
he's a city treasure.
He is a city treasure. Alright, alright. So basically, Cobra, it is time to holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. You know what? I'll give you 2. Holla at your boy.
Yep, since we are just the two. Alright.
Yep, give us just a tip.
First one, Buffalo Bills defense.
Okay, okay. Okay.
You could say also Rasul Douglas in that one, but it's the defense. Because that is the highest fantasy defense score.
Wrong.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Texans.
Yes, sir.
All right. But into my number 2, Theory header, CD Lamb. It's CD Lamb. 40 points in fantasy.
Yep, kind of puts you over me in the third place game in our dumpster fire league. So, for me, I am going to go with. I'm gonna go with the Joe Flacco. Yeah, like honestly, he could have had more.
Who could have? Let me say this: in the beginning of the season, who would have thought to hear those words out of our mouth at the end of the fantasy football season?
I mean, so not only that, but also Joe Flacco of the Browns.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And now you're number 2.
And my second guy that I'm just like, you know what? Holla at your boy. I am Monte Adams.
Monte Adams. Yep. After last week being a
After bending my fucking teams over and fucking up any ass.
Now you show up, you dickhead.
Like, seriously. Like, that is how you fuck a stranger in the ass, I tell you. That is a Big Lebowski's reference.
Yep.
Before anybody says, like, oh my god, he's talking about simulator. No, it was a Big Lebowski reference.
Yeah, one of the greatest bowling movies of all time.
Yeah, definitely. Alright.
All the pressure, this is easy.
All the pressure.
This is
Which team has the most to lose this week?
And in all open honesty, it's easy choice for both of us. It's probably a consensus pick. The Buffalo Bills.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Bullshit.
Nope. Wanna hear mine? The Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. Because the Buffalo Bills, right now, you know, they're the Sunday night game. They're the last game of the season. They have nothing to worry about except beating Miami. Alright? Because everything else is like going to the, in particular, Baker Mayfield's redemption tour. Okay. I mean, not gonna lie, Baker Mayfield's another person that should get comeback and player of the year consideration.
But it's going
to be either Joe Flacco or DeMar Hamlin. Because, I mean, like, everybody's like, yeah, DeMar Hamlin died. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And,
yes,
you know, coming back. But for me, yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars have the most to lose. Because if they lose, they're pretty much out. Alright? If they lose, then pretty much Buffalo's in.
Yeah, if
the Steelers lose, they're pretty much in. Yeah, Buffalo's in. You know,
Jacksonville just has to not pull a Tony Khan. They're in.
I mean, which probably can happen. Because, I mean, they have the Titans. But, yeah, Tanner said the Bucs. You know, I mean, to be fair, like, a lot of teams are praying for the Carolina Panthers to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And for me, player that needs to perform is Josh Allen. Like, the past couple weeks, Josh Allen has not stepped it up. It's like, Josh Allen, you're saying, this is the time that every player needs to perform. Last week, you didn't.
Last week, you didn't.
Yep.
The week before, you didn't.
The week before, he didn't have to.
And then the week against the Cowboys, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't have to.
It's like, come on.
But no. So, your Buffalo star Josh Allen, do not pull a 1999.
They have no choice. They can't use Kyle Allen. Fuck.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? It's like what. You know what they ought to do is like, yeah, Buffalo breaking news: Buffalo Bills signed Doug Flutie. Magic. All right, but no. So, in all seriousness,
He's
what
too busy making money off eugenics.
So the player that needs to perform this is actually going to be hard. You know, it's absolutely hard. You know, Aiden's like, drink. Yeah, definitely thank you for the drink. Give me time to think. Baker Mayfield. Yep, Baker Mayfield.
Yep, and not his fat counterpart, Sam Howell.
Oh, okay. But no, so yeah, if Baker does not perform and basically shits the bed, then Tampa Bay is probably going to be looking at the games on ESPN.
They'll be at Dick's Sporting Goods looking at putters because they need to practice their putts.
And which coach might get fired depending on what is going on. What happens. Basically, whose playoff hopes also hold their coach's dream.
Mike Tomlin or Matt Iflin.
Fair. I am going to say the guy that right now is playoff or not. Well, it's not playoff, but his definitely
Arthur Smith.
Yeah, Arthur Smith.
Even
though I'm kind of like, yeah, Arthur Smith's getting fired.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get fired to be given a $20 gift card to Home Depot and find out he can't buy anything worth a damn.
All right, so again, it's that time. It's like Doug Peterson. Not gonna lie.
If they don't beat the Titans, yeah, he's done.
I doubt it. I mean, Doug Peterson, like, he's gonna be on a hot seat, maybe. But pretty much. Song. Yeah,
it's the halftime show, dude. Halftime show, dude. Low.
All right. So with that, it is time for our wonderful bold predictions and games.
Brought to you by Bulletproof Coffee. The link is in our Spotify bio down below.
I mean, not gonna lie, this is definitely going to be a very weird set of circumstances because
Arthur Smith will be fine. His dad will pay him $15 an hour being a ramp hand at Memphis.
Wow.
Look, all I gotta say is this: $15 as a wage isn't enough.
I mean, yeah.
It needs to be the minimum wage. That way, the competitive wage can catch up.
But it won't.
But it won't because rich people are in the pocket because the Steelers bullshit is real. The Steelers need to beat the damn Redbirds. Steelers go Super Bowl.
All right, so yes, as basically, the insert got triggered.
Yep.
Basically, Saturday is the start of our Week 18. We have 2 games starting on Saturday. Both of the Saturday games have playoff implications on the line. The Pittsburgh Steelers need absolutely positively to beat the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the question that Tanner posed at the beginning of the podcast was, will the Baltimore Ravens rest their starters, or will they pound their arch rival Steelers into the ground. Now, for me, the Steelers being a 3.5-point favorite, honestly,
I think they're doing that because they are banking on what Tanner said, that they're thinking that the Ravens are going to rest their starters.
well, that and the Steelers beat the Ravens last time they played.
Yeah, true.
You know, like, honestly, the Ravens could not get the ball going. The Steelers couldn't get the ball going. It was basically on the defense that put the Steelers ahead and back in against the Ravens.
Yep.
Now, what I'm going to say is this. It's going to be totally different. This is my Monday game of the week.
And I am with you on that.
I am saying the Baltimore Ravens basically crush the dreams of the Pittsburgh Steelers,
and every
like
Yinzer.
the kid that writes to Santa asking for a PlayStation 5.
They are going to crush their hopes and dreams like that 84 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am that is loaded to the brim of Iron City beers, driven by a Yinzer after he just finished his Jim Beam. So, your name drink.
Much.
Love you, Tree.
Like Biff Tannen.
All right.
And Saturday night, basically the game that is centered, is definitely the center of a lot of AFC playoff scenarios. The Houston Texans against the Indianapolis Colts.
21, but only
Yeah,
play
those
starters.
Ravens, yeah, only because
No,
they're
play their
the
starters
Ravens
for a
play.
half.
All right, so again, the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud played last week. Indianapolis Colts. Minshew running wild. What do you see, Cobra? Colts are favored by 1.5 because they're at home.
Yeah, but I see that it is Texans ending Minshew Mania. Primarily on C.J. Stroud, emphasizing his Rookie of the Year status. But he's emphasizing his Rookie of the Year status, and also his number 5 slot for MVP this year.
I was gonna say dark horse MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, the Texans have definitely not played the same without him.
Nope.
I mean, they did win the one game
with Case
Keenum.
But that storybook ending ended faster than you could say Case Keenum.
Oh, but no. For me, I am gonna go with the Houston Texans. I think Pittman is still in concussion protocol.
Yes.
But still, like, Texans are the better team, in my opinion, and they are going to win and lock up that 7 seed, at least 7 seed. Next, we will start our Sunday games with a game with playoff implications as the Atlanta Falcons face off against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored by 3.5 points over the dirty, rotten, stinking Atlanta Falcons.
Well, it's time to go lumber shopping because I say the Saints win this one.
I say the Saints win handily.
Yeah,
I mean,
again, it's time to go lumber shopping.
Even with or without Alvin Kamara.
Because the Falcons, oof.
The Falcons, like, right now, the way they are playing, the way they are managed, the way everything is going on with Atlanta, that Falcon needs to be replaced with a trash can for their logo. Because the Atlanta Falcons right now are absolute trash.
The unfortunate thing is,
if they make the playoffs, they will be the worst trashy team to make the playoffs.
The unfortunate thing is they can't take the trash can for the logo because that is the property of the Houston Astros.
Oh! But no, yeah, so basically, the Atlanta Falcons, if they win, have the possibility of being at a home game. And it would be the worst team to be at a home game in the playoffs.
All right, and now is the battle of OHIO. Are the Bengals going to win? Fuck no!
Oh!
As the Cleveland Browns go to the former Paul Brown Stadium. Bengals are favored by 5.5, but no, this is the Flacco show.
Well, the reason why the Bengals are favored by 5.5 is because they absolutely think that the Browns are going to rest their starters. That we'll probably see either PJ Walker or the other guy.
Famous women. Oh, nope. Grover Cleveland.
Nope, not Grover Cleveland. Like, he's on IR. He's done. The other guy, he's man with 3.
Thompson.
Yeah, there you go.
Not real relation.
But bro.
Yep. What? I'm serious. His last name is like
what?
Thompson.
I'm just for the stalkers out there.
Yep, no relation.
Asshole. All right, and then this other one with not fantasy, but playoff implications. The Jacksonville Jaguars favored by 4.5.
And the Tennessee Titans, who are hoping to play spoiler.
Yep. Basically, the Titans are going to probably be without Will Levis. So it's going to be on the back of Ryan Tannehill versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, who may or may not be without Trevor Lawrence. So this game has all the makings of the Suckfest 9000.
This is where I wish I had the portable cop light, because this is my upset alert. The Titans will play spoiler. Derrick Henry owns.
Especially the second time they play him.
Yep.
Like, he pretty much had, I mean, yeah, as much as I want to say it, you know, he has a second home in Duval. You know, pretty much.
Even
but
though they are Nissan. And now, it is also another game with playoff implications because the Vikings win, and Detroit Lions are favored by 3.5, and I say the Detroit Lions win this one. They are, one word, pissed.
Yeah, not gonna lie. The refs pissed them off with the bullshit at the end of the Dallas game.
Yeah.
So they are more than likely going to take it out on Minnesota Vikings, take it out on Nick Mullins. Basically, gonna take him to the locker room at halftime and make him their bitch.
Yep, it's gonna be so.
Don't drop the soap, Nick.
Speaking of soap, we have Duke Cannon right here. It's a big ass bar, man.
It's a big ass bar.
You better not.
And we don't waste no soap around here.
Nope.
You bend down and pick that shit the fuck up.
Yeah. Hey, you see that guy who dropped that soap last time?
Slippy motherfucker. Alright.
Next.
Next we
our
have
first trash game.
Oh, this game basically is not going to be played in anywhere but like maybe one TV in New England. The New York Jets versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots are favored by 2.5.
And I take that action because this is Belichick's last game as in New England Patriot. He's going to play to win. This is the New England Patriots. They forever owned the Jets. And this is the Jets we're talking about here.
So, in my humble opinion,
yeah,
Patriots lose.
As a final fuck you to Robert Kraft?
No. The Jets' defense is just good.
Well,
all right? Like, not gonna lie. The Jets' defense went... I mean, they went pound for pound with the Browns' defense.
Xerxes has done a good job with the Jets. That is the good
thing.
He's
not getting fired.
He's not.
He's not getting
thank
fired.
God, because to be fair,
I mean, they're just gonna trade Aaron Rodgers
to the
Vikings
for Kirk
Cousins.
And the planets will align.
And KJ Osborne.
Yep.
His name.
All right, next.
Game with
playoff
implications. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And the Panthers are playing spoiler.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are favored by 5.5 against the Carolina Panthers.
And if I were you, take it. Because the Buccaneers have a solid defense. Buccaneers still have Mike Evans. Buccaneers have Baker Mayfield, who isn't fat like Sam Howell.
But basically, definitely, I'm going with Baker and the Doughboys as the Buccaneers are going to beat the Carolina Panthers.
It's time to go to the Cheesecake Factory, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah! All right. You know,
Yep.
did you say cake? Did you say cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
Woo, daddy! Woo!
Hey, we're two fat guys. We love cheesecake.
Oh, I love cake.
And
I
and
love
what-
me some cake. Oh,
No.
yum, yum, yum,
No,
yum.
no.
Oh, rumble with something.
Fuck cake. Cheesecake.
Oh, I mean, like seriously, I'm not a certain yins or fucking food, man. That's just not me. I think cheesecake is good. It's delicious. I love cheesecake. I love.
Hey, at least
I love cake. I love all desserts. I am an equal opportunity eater. Absolutely.
Equal rights and lefts.
Oh no. I'll take
Equal
two.
rights, equal lefts.
I'll take two dessert. I'll take a dessert. Nom, 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 nom.
If Frankie weren't diabetic, he'd park himself under the soft serve ice cream and just mouth open.
Here's strawberry cheesecake, cream pie on the way to work. Woo, nice. Now this is our third and final timeout. As basically Tom Brady's like, yeah, it's 28-3, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to get this shit going.
We need to find a new motherfucking represent timeout.
I just heard. But no. So now playoff implications as the longest and oldest rivalry in the NFL is the Chicago Bears basically go to their owners in Green Bay, as the Green Bay Packers are favored by 3.5.
Yeah, they do actually.
So yeah,
this is where I say the Bears will win.
I say 9. The Green Bay Packers are absolutely going to beat the Bears. Why? Because the Bears are gonna bear.
The Bears are gonna bear down. You say?
Oh, they are going to.
It'll be another sad day in America. Another wasted season.
Yep. Will the Green Bay win? Barely.
Oh.
The Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders right now with the Commanders with the worst line. Basically,
the worst line, the worst secondary. And let me say this openly: if you've ever watched South Park, you're gonna watch, a team of Cowboys destroy one Washington.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna say this. This is another game I'm putting on my parlay.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Commanders. Not winning, but I'm going with the Commanders beating that spread.
Yeah.
Why? Because Dallas has no chance of winning the 1 seed.
No.
It's also Washington.
So they're gonna rest their starters.
We are bold prediction. We will see Trey Lance take his first fucking steps as a Cowboy.
And Danny gets injured.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What's your problem? What's your problem?
A worthless game. The Denver Broncos, the Las Vegas Raiders. 2.5 points.
Not gonna lie, I'm looking at what we were talking earlier. So, with the Steelers, one of their scenarios involves the Broncos winning. Both these guys are out of the playoffs. I'm gonna say it's probably some sort of fuzzy math. It's all about that fuzzy math.
No, it's because I'm a genetic freak. You know, the Steelers have a 33rd and third chance of winning against the Baltimore Ravens. Then you include Lamar Jackson, that lowers it down to 8.5. And besides,
are you saying that the Steelers are fat?
They're fat. They're fat and sassy.
God damn. Alright, but no, so actually I think what happens is with the Broncos winning against the Raiders, it ups a team's strength of schedule, to the way that the Steelers beats one of the other teams.
Now I need some dark shades and a black Superman shirt.
Now you just sexy and sassy, Sam.
You heard me, right? Now I need some dark shades and a black Superman shirt.
So I'm gonna say this: that the Raiders are going to win. They're going to win this game. This is going to be absolutely what takes down that you know, interim tag from Antonio Brown. It's going to be
What? And Pierce, not Brown. Oh God, no! We do not need to see him ever again. Enough for the clown.
Yeah. Sorry, Antonio Pierce. Did not mean to, fuck you.
That comment itself had CTE.
Oh, Montez Perfect is just like, man, I approve of that message.
Former Raider, Montez Perfect.
Now, we go to the other game in the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Basically, thoughts are the Kansas City's going to rest their starters. Honestly, they're probably just going to rest Mahomes and Kelsey. The rest of the motherfuckers need reps.
Yep. But it's still not going to be enough because the Chargers are going to win because of an interception caused by Kadarius Toney not being able to catch.
9. The Chiefs are still going to win this game. Why? Because no Chargers, no.
Fuck you, Spanos.
Fuck you, Spanos. Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Both teams are resting their starters. Not confirmed, but that is the assumption. Both teams are locked into a playoff spot. I would assume just rest your starters.
So we are going to see Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Pretty much. That is the thought. That is the thoughts on that game. Definitely, I'm going with Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. I say Carson Wentz intercepted 4 times.
DVD.
Then we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Giants. The Eagles are favored by 5.5.
Most likely they'll rest their starters unless, yeah.
Nope. Even if they didn't rest their starters, the Giants are winning this game. The Eagles right now are suspect.
They are so suspect they belong in Among Us.
The Philadelphia Eagles are so suspect right now. Johnny Cochran was called in to be their lawyer.
Considering that their biggest fan is that type of person, Johnny Cochran wouldn't even touch that case with a cupcake.
Oh my goodness. All right, now the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Seahawks need to win this game. Cardinals, well, they got nothing to play for.
They got nothing to play for except Kyler Murray for his job. But Seahawks are winning this one.
Pretty much. Seahawks are winning.
Yep.
Basically, Kyler Murray, the team that he's going to be playing for next year is the Call of Duty esports team on Twitch.
He's going to play for Moist Critical.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Charlie, I hope you have an open spot for a celebrity.
All right. Next, we have
the game of the week. Of the century. Of the week.
Murray's going to make a great journeyman.
He's going to end up on the Raiders. He's going to end up as a backup as a Brown. Then he'll end up as a backup to a couple teams, then back on the Browns.
All right, so the Buffalo Bills go into Miami. They are favored by 2.5. I think because of Miami's, they lost Bradley Chubb. Jalen Waddle did not play last week, but Raheem Mostert did not play last week. The Buffalo Bills right now, Josh Allen has a gimpy non-throwing shoulder. So this is going to be rather interesting. Basically this game might really only be for the AFC East. Both teams may be in the playoffs if the Baltimore Ravens
do their job. And even with that, I still say Buffalo wins.
Yeah, honestly, I definitely see that.
I will kind of say this openly. Even though, I have been consistent in staying with the Bills, but even so, it's because of the hope of a fan.
Be fair.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The way they both played, they kind of seemed like they were both sandbagging, getting ready to play the game. And this, I will say that regardless of the outcome, both teams are probably going to lose next week. Because that's my bold prediction, is that basically both of these teams are going to punch each other. They are going to, basically heavyweight championship bout, and then whoever plays them is going to be the Buster Douglas.
I will do this bold prediction for you. Rasul Douglas will have a repeat performance of the game he had last week.
He's going to be on the freak. Failed every kill. All right. So basically, that is all that we have pretty much for our show. I thought it was going to be definitely a longer show. I also, expected,
Ben
more Tyler. But hey, being here, just talking, with you, Cobra, about sports, it's definitely a fun, wonderful thing to do.
Of course.
Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys being here.
Yep.
Basically, definitely a thank you to our wonderful affiliate sponsors.
Fanatics.com, W Energy, Bulletproof Coffee, Dr. Squatch Hygiene Products, Duke Cannon Supply Company, Sleeves. I am currently wearing their tights for compression for my thigh injuries.
So basically, go to our Spotify and check out the links there as you go ahead and get yourself a playout jersey from Fanatics.com. Get yourself some W Energy for some get up and go. Bulletproof coffee.
For a little pick-me-up in the morning.
Yep, Dr. Squatch to definitely get your man clean. Duke Cannon soap for the same reason as Dr. Squatch, but in bar form instead of liquid form. Dr. Squatch is liquid.
No, Dr. Squatch is a different type of bar, too.
Is he?
Yeah. Dr. Squatch is more like a square. Whereas Duke Cannon is like the big boy.
Hey, it works. Get yourself clean, smell good. Or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend. I know we don't judge.
And of course, sleeves. Not only do the arm sleeves, they do tights, they do shorts. They have jewelry, and they have
jewelry.
Yeah, they have jewelry. Like
interesting.
Like kind of fake gold chains with numbers. They also have football gear for your youth athlete.
All right, very nice. So basically, always a huge thank you to every one of you that are here live every week to be with us and basically communicate with us. We are definitely looking to grow as Twitch streamers, looking to grow as a podcast to try and do better for you. So we appreciate you coming in. We appreciate any feedback. I have a Discord. The link is in my About Me profile. That you can go ahead and join in. Basically, where we can talk, football. We can talk video games. We can talk pretty much anything there. And thank you to my wonderful girlfriend Sam for posting the Discord link up there that you can
once again, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Tanner from the Parking Lot Discord server.
Absolutely.
Thank you to those who are listening. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, everybody.
And
also thank you for those of you who are currently listening to this as a replay on Spotify. Basically this gets posted as a replay on Spotify. Not the Q&A section, just everything that we've done live. This eventually will also go on YouTube, as I am currently working as a goal for 2024 to get a YouTube channel up with all of my stuff for it. All right? And finally, from all of us here at the Social Sports Podcast, this is Ricky and Cobra. We're wishing you always good night.
A good week.
Always and forever.
A good season. And a reminder to our playoff teams, don't get eliminated!